What up, YouTube? Nathan Heightz here, and first things first, let's give a moment of silence to the victims of the terrorist attacks in Florida today. And let's just be thankful that it wasn't us. But okay, for today's video, I want to talk about something very important, something that a lot of people are afraid of. And honestly, first, I just want to tell you guys an honest story from when I was taking my Spanish conversation class at the university, and people were like amazed. They thought I was like some kind of, like I grew up with Spanish, and mind you, I'm in a class full of non-native speakers, so I'm sure if it was native speakers they would know I wasn't native, obviously, but all these non-native speakers thought that I grew up around Spanish. They thought like, oh, he has the advantage in the class and this and that, and I try to explain to them like, no, I just study a lot. And, you know, I'm willing to take the time and do the things that other people just simply aren't to learn the language, right? So, back and forth. Eventually, I decided to give them some useful information, pointed them over to italki.com, and I told them about $5 classes where you can find classes for as low as $5 an hour. So if you're a working individual, it should be no problem. It shouldn't even be that hard to convince your parents to give you 20 bucks a week or something to take, you know, classes if you're young. But mind you, if it is, you can get $5 a week here in the United States, you know. So anyways, I mentioned this website, and it's surprising because even the teacher like laughed it off, and she's like, huh, but that's a lot of money, you know. $5 a day, that's not a lot of money, guys, not if you're dedicated. And all the other people in the class looked at me like I'm crazy, like there's no way I can spend that much money to learn Spanish. And then that's when I realized that I was different than everybody else in my class, you know, that my level of dedication was different, and I hope to inspire this same level of dedication in you guys, right? Because if you listen to these kind of people, and this is the majority of people, unfortunately, people are sheep, you know. So when I brought up this, what I do, I find people from other countries where basically the exchange rate works in the United States dollar's favor. I contact them and I set up lessons, right, for an hour a day, however many days a week that I can afford. And I was laughed off about it. So the purpose of this video is speaking on investing in your language learning, investing in your future, really, right, in your dreams, aspirations, goals, and investing in the ability to speak with millions more people in this world and to understand another perspective in this world, right? Because not very many things can do this like language learning can, right? And this is why, to me, language learning is one of the most important things, right? So when it comes time to break out that cash, think about it, okay? I mean, I don't eat at McDonald's, but I know a combo at McDonald's could run like $8. Like, that's almost 2 lessons, right? There's people out there who eat McDonald's every day. Stop that shit. Use that money on some motherfucking lessons. That's almost 2 lessons. And honestly, you probably can find 2 lessons for $8 on italki for certain languages, right? If it's spoken in a developing country. Never be afraid, right? If you can't afford the books, right? Remember that you can always afford them on PDF file because they can be found for free off the internet. At least half of all books ever written are on the internet somewhere for free. Learn how to utilize that. My laundry's done. Learn how to utilize torrent websites. You gotta do what you gotta do, guys. You know what I'm saying? Me, at least, I'm not gonna not gain knowledge because I can't afford it. If I couldn't go to college, right, and if I couldn't afford books, I would do anything I can to get them, okay? But that does not mean to be a cheap ass. If you can't afford it, by all means, buy it. It's better to have the book, right? You can take it anywhere unless you're gonna take out your computer, but books, okay? If you can't afford the book, find it in a PDF. If you do have a little bit of money to spend, you can use Amazon.com. I know they're like a big corporation, they have a monopoly. That's one option, right? Nowadays, a lot of bookstores are closed. Search for $5 bookstores or $10 bookstores or any kind of bookstore, because you'd be surprised what you'll find at these spots. Like, we have a $10 bookstore that just got closed down. It's moving to a smaller location, you know. And honestly, I was there like every week because they have such an amazing language learning section. I've posted plenty of videos in the past about that. You know what I'm saying? So you want to look into that. Don't underestimate them, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't have Borders anymore. They don't really have Barnes and Nobles too much. So all of these books are going somewhere, and they're going to these $10 bookstores. So, okay, recap. PDF, right? Then if you can't find the PDF, spend a couple dollars on a book from a cheap bookstore. Try Amazon, right? And if you do have the money, buy them. Pay for the lessons. There's nothing like that. Overall, let's say you can't find the book, you just fucking too broke, too cheap to spend on invest on your lessons, whatever. You can always find free resources online, right? I've already shared with you guys plenty of free resources on all kinds of language learning materials, right? Just search my channel. They're there. The most important video about language learning ever. I think that's what it's called. It's in my it's on my channel in the video playlist. Look for it. These are important videos for you guys. It's all there. It's all free. If you don't utilize it, then you're your own downfall, and that's about it. You know, there's plenty of people on YouTube like me who make important videos that can help you guys find the skills to learn a language, and also videos on grammar, any topic that you can think of for almost any language that you can think of, right? With that being said, guys, I hope this video either motivated you or made you realize that, you know, it's worth it to spend on these lessons. $5 a day, guys. That's all it takes. Peace.